Hi guys, Rob Choi here with Angling Addict. I've been fishing out of a Trident 13 for a while now, even before I joined the Ocean Kayak Pro staff. When they gave me a chance to start fresh with a new kayak, I chose the Trident 13 again. I tried a few others at a demo day, but the Trident 13 is just perfect for the type of fishing I do. The 2013 hull is the same as before. They just changed out the foot pegs and added a new seat, which I'll go over in a bit. The pronounced keel makes the kayak track really well, even without a rudder. The tall bow is designed to cut through the waves, and at the widest point, the Trident is pontooned out just a little bit so it doesn't hinder maneuverability, but provides great stability. As far as rigging goes, I'll start at the bow and work towards the stern. I like to slide my paddle under the strap sometimes, so I stuck some concealed foam from hook 1 on the bow hatch. Not only does it help keep things quiet, but my paddle isn't getting all scratched up anymore. I roll a strip of Velcro on the strap so the paddle slides under quick and easy. You can find the Velcro at just about any hardware store. The anchor trolley is pretty basic. I just riveted a deck loop, stainless steel carabiner, 3/8 inch rope. Split it here because I have a rudder pulley that starts there. I also added a little hook right here just so it keeps the rope out of the way and not flopping around. My aft anchor trolley is on my starboard side. It's basically the same thing. I like having carabiners at the end points because if I need an extra rope for whatever reason, it's nice and easy to detach. I've used them before to drag the kayak a little ways. I installed cam cleats for each direction. They're very effective at grabbing the rope, but also super easy for the quick release. And as you can see, I stuck some concealed foam on the deck as well, mostly to just help me with the grip when I'm standing. So I really enjoy getting footage while on the water, especially from a couple different angles, and in turn this has made me a big fan of Yak Attack. A great company, everything's made in the US, very well built, and they're the absolute epitome of customer service. The thing I'm working there is the panfish portrait. It was on a Mighty mount I've had on the bow hatch. Now I'm transferring it over to a gear track. I have two 8-inch GT90 gear tracks by Kayak Trident on each side. They're nice and thin so they'll stick in the skinny sections of the kayak, but also super strong and rigid. I used the matching backing plates with pre-threaded holes to mount the gear tracks, so I have full confidence in their stability. And as I mentioned before, I like getting a couple different camera angles while on the water. This is the panfish portrait attached to a dog bone. It's very versatile. Obviously you can get this side angle, and also you can get some underwater footage with this as well. The gear tracks are also great for rod holders. I own several different kinds, but my favorites are made by Ram, so I attached a 4-inch gear track to the rod pod just to take advantage of that space and versatility. The rod pod also comes with pre-made holes that fit Scotty and Cannon style rod holders. Ocean Kayak did come out with a new seat for 2013, but I'm still partial to my GTS Pro by Surf to Summit. I've had it for over 4 years and I just love it. Behind the seat I'm utilizing these scupper plugs by Ocean Kayak. They let water flow down but not up. I know there's a lot of seats out there that allow you to sit up higher. I sat in a few, and even the low setting seems a little high for what I like to do. I know they work great for a lot of people, but for me, I just like having my center of gravity as low as possible. I've lost more pliers while on the water than I care to admit, so I went ahead and strapped one straight to my seat with a lanyard. This one has a nice set of cutters on there as well. Here's a quick tip for those of you who have a lot of straps dangling from your seat. I folded them and wrapped them up with the Velcro strips just to keep them out of the way. These things really come in handy. Like I said, you could just find them at any hardware store. Under the sonar shield, I have a Hummingbird 560. When I first bought it, I went ahead and called them up and told them I wanted to switch out the transducer that came with it for the one that goes through the scupper. They gave me a return number, I sent it off, and a week later I got the right one. And by the way, that's the new and improved foot peg. It's got a little better angle and extra cushioning. To mount the Hummingbird, I had to drill a hole just big enough to pass 3 cables. The transducer cable is really long, so I passed it through once and I coiled it up and tucked it up under here. and then I sent it back towards the unit. The other cable is for the battery. The Trident comes with this suspending battery bag. I went ahead and utilized a waterproof food storage container just for a little extra protection. After passing all the cables through, I sealed the hole up with goop. In the background there you can see my extra paddle that's inside the rod pod. I like having a spare just in case. I also put some extra Velcro strips down here. These are for keeping rods in place and other storage boxes. A lot of my trips have become pretty focused where I know exactly what I want to use, so there's no real need for me to bring a whole lot of extra stuff. For those trips, I've been using this Plano marine storage box. I bungeed it through here. I cut up some cheap cutting board and used it to attach the rod holders here. It's a great place to hang some leader. I use zip ties to make extra loops to keep scissors and whatnot. It fits plenty of stuff still. And this is for extra rigs. These are the T-bolts that I use to attach the cutting board. That is extra sinkers. You can attach extra stuff under the lid if you want. And in here I usually keep some extra tools. Right now I just got a compass and an extra tape measure. I like this setup a lot. It's compact and it leaves a lot of room for other things. For the other trips where I plan on carrying a lot more, I use the Yak Attack black pack, but I guess in this case it's the white pack. And as you can see, it's considerably larger. You can hold a lot more of these tackle trays and whatever else you need for the day. They're wonderfully customizable. I added 2 extra bungees in the middle so I can keep the boxes upright. This is so I can access my leader line quickly instead of digging through a box full of stuff. On the lid I put a couple pieces of the concealed foam so it's not making a whole lot of noise when I close it. On the side closest to the seat I added 2 zip ties through the pre-drilled holes to hold extra tools. I also added a 12-inch gear track to the edge of the white pack to open up even more options. In this case I attached a panfish for an elevated view from directly behind. If you're fishing at night, you gotta have a light. My go-to is the Visi Carbon Pro. I have a 4-inch gear track on each side of the tank wall. They're great for rod holders and other camera accessories, and in this case, the light pole, which can also fit in the rod holder. One of my favorite kayak camera accessories is the monopod I made. It's a simple extending rod with Gorilla Pod parts attached to the end. I can quickly manipulate it with one hand, take it out of the rod holder, and easily bring it closer to the subject matter, even if it's in the water. The extra attachment next to the GoPro is for adding a light for shooting at night, which at the moment I have attached here. Well, I think that's about it. Hope you found this helpful. Happy rigging.